Let's do 2 battle rap topics and then we're gonna get up out of here. Let's start off with this piece right here. I saw this. Shout out to Battle Rap Doe. Shout out to Mickey Fax. Mickey Fax weighing in on the Loaded Lux and Hitman Holla on music back and forth beat battle on beat, I should say, right? All right, and he's talking about YouTube. Look at the caption. It says Mickey Fax says he's flabbergasted that Loaded Lux doesn't recognize the monetization power of continuing his back and forth with Hitman Holla on YouTube and DSPs. Calling his approach archaic, saying he's outdated and maybe he doesn't understand like how these streaming platforms and YouTube and monetization and this whole digital era is really paying people good money. Is by saying archaic, that's what that means. All right, let's go, Mick.
I just don't think that people understand how much money is on YouTube. I don't think Lux understands it. I don't think they get it. I don't think they get it. I don't think they get it, man. Between Mills figured it out. Why do you think he's doing three disses? Why y'all think Mills be dropping 3 disses with 3 videos on YouTube? He figured out how to monetize it, then do the blogs in between and monetize it. Mills done made so much money off of dissing niggas and use that to promote your project. I'm flabbergasted that Lux and Mook said this. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Now I get, Mook, I think I get Lux probably, it's a big bag. So you want the big bag. Everybody want the big bag. But your YouTube channel, like he put up that Lux record dissing Hitman, right? 45,000 views. 45,000 views in 5 days. If he would have had a video, this would have did like 60 to 70K. He would have did like 60 to 70K, maybe more. He did 45K on audio, then put it on Bandcamp, and then put it on the streaming. I'm lost. I'm just lost. I'm really lost. Hitman led it to the culture 44K in 9 days. Lux did 45K in 5 days. Hitman did 44 in 9 days. Now Hitman dissing him just at 34,000 in a day. You make so much money on YouTube. Why do you think everybody is streaming these days? Why do you think everybody is doing long form content? What is happening right now? Y'all not gonna own the content. Yeah, you're gonna get a big bag. You only want to stand in front of them because of the big bag. I love Lux. I love Lux so much. But I don't know if people even seeing this. Like Instagram, if I'm not mistaken, this past Monday or next Monday, they launching television series on Instagram, shot vertically. Why y'all think I shot the content vertically for Truffaut? I'm gonna put it on.
That ain't why you shot it vertically for Truffaut, Mickey. Why you say that? You were doing so good.
Instagram. I just don't. Is everybody all right? I feel like everybody is.
Don't do that, Mick.
From an archaic standpoint.
Don't do that, Mick.
Nobody is looking at the landscape of how entertainment is changing. Entertainment is constantly changing. Country Wayne makes $10 million a month because he created a space of drama with people. Y'all have the drama. It's so many storylines that could be created by niggas just arguing and shooting. And oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to walk through some stats related to Loaded Lux in a second. But before I do that, you guys know I'm obviously all for content. And I do feel like people are not fully leveraging how they can monetize this digital social media streaming era. And even I'm not doing it on max either. There's so much more even I can be doing if I had the time or if I applied myself in this particular area a little bit more. And I do work a lot on content, but I know there's so much more I can be doing. But the back and forth, we did the video the other day. Like I really thought it was bullshit. Like what Mook was saying, I was like, nobody will see the battle if y'all go back and forth for a beat, 2 or whatever. Like that's bullshit. That was just him caping for his friend. Yeah, I mean, which is fine. They're brothers. I love their relationship. You know what I'm saying? But from a content standpoint, like there's so much to take advantage of with these back and forths. Like if we're forced to do it, then we show it. We go through COVID and then we get like the social distance card from RBE. URL was doing some stuff as well, the quarantine battles, right? And we were monetizing and it was doing pretty well. I'm not saying that it became the preferred type of battle of back and forth, right? But look like in the celebrity world or the music industry, some of these big diss videos that they do that put up millions and millions of views. Some of your favorite rappers. Hell, we covered Al in this full episode, right? It could almost be looked at as a diss song. His biggest song that he's moving around and getting booked for right now, performing in clubs and shit. It's kind of like a diss song at Gucci Man and all that, right? But some of these drill rappers, I'm not saying that you guys obviously are going to talking about killing each other and all that type of stuff, but millions and millions of views. Look at FBG Duck. I'll use his example. And I could even use his mom's. Give me a second. Let me not get too far ahead of myself. FBG Duck, he did that Chicago Legends song, but then when he did the Dead Bitches, and rest in peace and respectfully, but when he did the Dead Bitches, what does he say in the chorus? He said, "Dear Chicago Legend, that was just about bit." You know what I'm saying? Like all those drill rappers know that when they go at each other, their views go up. But in our space, it's like an agreed upon. It's battle rap space going at each other is not deadly. Those guys are trying to kill each other. And the other example I was about to say about FBG Duck's moms is her lawsuit on Little Dirk, trying to show all the money that he's made off of dissing FBG Duck and talking about like his murder or whatever. But the pure point that I'm making is rapping about uh competition or beef or controversy. You know what I'm saying? So that mode in the music industry has made people millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Battle rap doesn't want to grab onto it because we got the stage. Okay, stage is the preference. It's where we really do battle rap. But when there's no stage, it's okay to be digital. And it's also okay for us to continue to evolve. I'm not saying replace stage face to face in person with digital, but just imagine if we had two lanes. Imagine if the stage was doing just as many views and making just as much money for people, and it could make thousands. It does make thousands, right? For people like Jay Mills, right? And for Mickey Fax and for Hitman. People have already made thousands making diss videos and songs, right? But imagine if from a battle rap culture standpoint, if they could be on stage and make 10 grand. Let's say Tay Rock makes $10,000 in his next battle, or he puts out three or two diss songs, or let me use three rounds, three songs, three videos towards an opponent, and on YouTube, the viewership and the demand and the attention and the enjoyment of the battle rap culture enjoys it so much, the viewership, and then all the other ways you can monetize it, like what Mickey Fax is talking about. You put it on DSPs, you stream it over here, you maybe even do it Lux did. We're gonna get into this. Maybe if you put on an album or promote an album off of it, it turns into just as much, if not more, than what you might make on the stage. Now I know that has to be cultivated, has to be accepted by the fans. But the heavyweights doing it, okay, like somebody jumping in and making those diss songs on other competitors, it turns the fans onto it that much more, especially if it's good quality and it's entertaining. Jay Mills just proved that. He's still proving it. He's still proving his whole YouTube channel, pretty much from a blogging standpoint as well, is spun off of the diss records. He just dropped a video today, a blog today or yesterday or something, right? So now when we look at there's a half complaint, but I'm not trying to tell the battle rappers, how to go about putting out their rounds, So if people only want to wait for the stage, then wait for the stage. I can't twist nobody's arm. Now going to Lux, as far as the archaic stuff. So I did a little bit of homework. And surprisingly, I'm not sure. he could still be doing okay for himself. Um, is it still archaic as far as I'm not expanding out into other platforms, etc.? Maybe that he could, or looking at the disc videos in the way that I just explained, possibly. But as far as his own formula, he might be doing okay for himself. And here's some of why I've seen that could be the case. So if I go to his website, IamLoadedLux.com, some of your band is outdated, like if you got Lux and Twerk up here. But the top two pieces of promo here is this Strive Row album, and of course his merch, his t-shirts on the side. But the Strive Row um album is this guy here. Okay. And it was released June 19th, 2026. So that was about a week or so ago. Okay. Now, if you notice the cover art to this, it looks exactly like the cover art that is on the Hitman disc. Okay. The Leave Him Alone. It's the same cover art. So he is trying to turn energy to his album, right? And I see even the thumbnail of his cover art, it's got a QR code on it. I actually tried to scan it. The QR code didn't work. Maybe it doesn't work because I also see in the middle of the QR code there's a picture of the album, right? The cover of the album, the Strive Row. This is the back, not the back, the front. So maybe that's why the QR code didn't work. But he really did put the QR code for his album, so it seems, on the artwork for his Hitman disc. So if that's his goal, and then it confuses me slightly because if that's your goal to also use the Hitman Back and Forth to also point some promo and some sales to the album that you just released, a little over a week ago, then you definitely shouldn't be sounding the way you were sounding about, going back and forth, having a couple of diss tracks back and forth with one of the biggest draws in battle rap, or the biggest draw in battle rap, Hitman, as far as dollar for dollar and battle per battle, right? So to Mickey Fax's point in that respect, Lux, you might be missing out. And I know a lot of us, we want to see who's going to win, and we want to see the rounds, and we want to argue and debate and put up Twitter polls and all that. But from a business standpoint, it absolutely makes sense for you because you're obviously doing some of it already to a respect. I just don't think that anybody picked up on it, and you're not overly promoting it, but it's there on the cover art to your disc. You know what I'm saying? So I then went to your YouTube channel, and Loaded Lux, I see. This is it right here. This is what I meant by the cover art to the Hitman disc. You see it? That barcode, if you look closely, people, I mean that QR code in the middle, the picture of it is that album that just dropped like 2 weeks ago. Okay. And once again, maybe that's why this QR code is broken. Lux, so you gotta fix that. So you doing it on the low. But anyway, looking at his activity. So I go back to where it says 6 months ago. Okay. So this one right here with the J Mills one, and this is another one. Rewind and find there's more to find. This 6 months, I looked them up. They're both December. So in 2026, Lux has put 3 videos on his channel. You got this one that did well, over 125,000 views, and this is the one with Joey Badass. Okay, so we definitely should see some good numbers on that. Dope. You got this one right here. It says Loaded Lux pulls up on his Harlem block. It's an hour-long video, 31,000 views. And without the Joey Badass situation, the highest viewed video that you put up on your YouTube channel in 2026, I mean, you only got 3, but is the Hitman Holla Diss, and it's about to touch 50,000 views. So clean up this QR code. Sounds like, Mickey definitely chimed in and tried to let you know some stuff that you might be missing out on. And if you see the benefits of it, which is obviously available, people like your boy Jay Mills even is cashing it on, and we've seen other battlers cashing on when it comes to digital the digital world of promotion and content, um, than if you just stop the whole, man, we ain't going back and forth, man, we're not gonna do that. And you already said we can go song for song. Put out another song and continue to promote your album, and then we fans, we get the continue back and forth that we want to see. So it's making sense from a lot of different angles when we start to even look at some of the homework related to Loaded Lux's rollout, his album, his website, the promo for this Hitman diss song, and his YouTube channel. Okay. So there you go. There you go. Dope, 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 dope. All right, last but not least, I'm gonna play. So we got Briz. Shout out to Briz. It says Briz Rothstein blames. This is the caption. Briz Rothstein blames the fans and the URL for not returning to battle rap. I felt a way about a large percent of the fans. They gave me the ass to kiss. I was booked to battle. Then my folks died. I asked 4 more times and URL said no. I'm gonna let him say that for himself. But anyway, I was curious. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I'm covering this today. I was curious if he was gonna put out any type of video speaking to the fans after we saw that clip from T Top's interview dropping on M3S3. Shout out to T Top, shout out to M3S3, shout out to Briz. Because the title of it was T Top saying, yeah, that's the reason why Briz left. So I was like, man, people consider that your friend, your brother. So Briz, let's hear it from you now that we here.
Said you're blaming us, the fans, for not returning. I see what you're trying to say. T-Top said you're blaming us, the fans. No, that's not what he said. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming anybody. T-Top, what T-Top said is it was a lot that went into it for Briz. And that's just a part of it, but it was a lot that went into it for Briz. That's what T-Top said. If you would like to know whether or not I felt a way with a large percentage of what so-called fans around the time, absolutely I did. Okay, so if that's what you'd like to know, you could just ask me that respectfully. Yes, I did feel a way. But it is not, that wasn't solely why anything, It's a lot of other shit that you absolutely do not know, and information and knowledge that you are not privy to. There's no blame. But if asked a certain question a specific way, this would be the answer. So, did you feel a way did you feel like a large percentage of the fans might have gave you their ass to kiss a little bit? Yes. Is that the only reason or the reason that you're not battling? No. Y'all be forgetting. I don't know when you came in the battle rap, man, but I was booked to do a battle. Then my folks got killed. Right? Broke me a little bit. I asked for more time and they said no. So when I said, fuck it. And then they end up giving the battle to somebody that I know, right? And scheduled it for the same amount of time that I had asked for. So then I was like, really? I really was like, fuck it, right? They knew my folks had died. They got on, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was a lot of that. So I was already booked to do the battle. So why would it be, he blaming the fans when I was already, you understand? Remember everything.
I do kind of remember hearing some of that in the past. And if I remember correctly, y'all rest in peace. I think that was they homie that was on stage during the fight or the brawl or whatever, the one in the orange shirt, right? And rest in peace. I think I do remember that, hearing that they had a loss and it was him. But also, I think the timeline of what he's saying, they gave it to somebody else that he knows. I think he's saying Tay Rock when Mook battled Tay Rock. So they were trying to do Briz at first, and then they were having their back and forth, and then they offered it to Tay Rock instead. Interesting, and I could relate to him when he says, it's not one thing, and I definitely believe Briz in that respect, because sometimes when you get to that position, especially the decision that he made, which was a star battle rapper and stepping away the way that he did, it doesn't have to be one thing. Like sometimes sometimes things are simple, but sometimes it's not that simple. People like to attribute my retirement to one thing. This is why. I'll be like, it's like a list. It's like 15 things, and it all comes together. And sometimes within a short time or an elongated time when you're thinking on it, And then when it all gets, the whole jumbo pot is finally cooked, you just be like, that shit equates to me saying, I'm out. I'm cool. And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, yo, I got life stuff going on. I got people that passed. I didn't like the way business was going with the league. I didn't like the amount of money. I didn't like, we heard the reports of like, I didn't like Mook allegedly had more time to write than I did. All these things we hear, and then you just put it all together. And then the fight, the fans, like he says, gave him his ass kiss or gave him the ass a kiss. You put it all together. You like, man, fuck all of this at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take him for his word there, man. I'll take him for his word there. But I guess that was the follow-up to cover since we recently covered the topic of Briz. And then we saw the T-Top interview come out. So here goes him speaking up for himself. So, all right. We covered a lot of paperwork today. We covered a lot of topics today. Some, of course, much longer than others. So we crossed 90 minutes. I'm not surprised. But we'll have the battle rap clips from this full episode uploading to the RBE channel. And I'm going to get all of these clips up as well for y'all from this full episode. Because I know some people like to just click play and just listen on a long drive into work or whatever, getting ready in the morning, like podcast style. And then you got other people, hey, give me my 15-minute topic. All I care about is the Pooh Shiesty paperwork. That wasn't 15 minutes. We had to redo that. And then I'm out. So I got y'all covered regardless, just like we were doing last year when we were going live every morning at like 7 a.m. Okay, I'm getting back into the formula for y'all. So covering the bases for the different types of watches. But just make sure y'all keep in tune with both channels because obviously I'm shooting content that ends up based on the topic, on one of both channels. So stay subscribed to both. Keeps your notifications on both. I'm supposed to be hanging out with the homie 3 Letter Man tonight. So keep an eye on his channel as well. We'll probably chop it up, cover some battle rap topics or whatever he wants to talk about. He probably gonna talk some shit about the Knicks. That's cool. He earned it. He deserves it. Other than that, we'll be back ASAP. I got y'all.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
Welcome to the house of